Hi, my name is Anthony Howell. We are at Wayne College 3D Printing Lab. Let's go ahead and get started. Now we're going to come over here to the computer, find an image that we like, and then place it on our board. So let's go find an image. First, I'm going to open up Google Chrome, and then I'll go and find an image. I like Kingdom Hearts, so I'm going to go look for that. Kingdom Hearts images. Now it's also really good to make sure that you have the highest resolution picture possible. So we'll come over here to Search Tools, go to the size, change any size to large. This way we get a really high resolution. All of these are really finely detailed, and yeah, we can do that, but it'd be a little bit easier if we have a more clip art-ish kind of picture. So we'll try vector art. That's the one. Okay. This looks good. Yes, this will work very well. Look at how there are only a couple different colors, and all the lines are very bold. That's the kind of image we want. Also, it's very big, so the resolution is going to be very high. This is exactly what we want. So we'll just right-click, save the image to a specific location that we like. Now that I have my picture, I'll open up CorelDRAW. Okay, we're going to open up and make a new document. We'll label this Kingdom Hearts. And we'll leave all this as it is, except the rendering resolution. We'll bump that up to 600. Press OK. All right, now we have this little palette that we can see in the very beginning. We have to make sure that this palette is the same dimensions as the palette that we'd like to use for our object. So we just take the measurements, the dimensions of this object, and then plug them in to this area right here. Here's our width and our length. So let's go ahead and do some measurements. Our object is about 6 inches by 8 inches. So we'll just plug that in. 6 by 8. And then as you'll notice, the palette resized itself. Okay, let's go ahead and insert my picture. So we'll come over here to File. We'll import. I'll find my file. Kingdom Hearts, look at that. Import. Now this is a little weird because it's not like Word where it'll just plop up your picture. You have to click on the palette and it'll show up. So we'll just grab it, move it to the side, move it to the center. We will scale down the size. So to do that, we hold down the Shift key on our keyboard and we left click on the black node and it will scale it down in a uniform manner. It's looking good. Now, I can't exactly eyeball it because I really want this to come out looking good. So what I want to do is I will grab a ruler just by left clicking. 4 inches. And this ruler helps make it a very accurate and very precise, measurements. I'll come over here and do the same. Perfect. Now, if you can see, my logo, my object, has a center point. So I'll just take that center point and move it to the center. So I'll go ahead and save my file. Kingdom Hearts. Looks good. Okay. I will print. I'll select my printer. The epilogue engraver. I'll go to Preferences. Now, since I said earlier that we'll be laser engraving, the job type is raster, and raster is just another word for engraving. Vector, it would cut through the wood, which is not what we want. So we'll keep raster. This is wood, so I'll just bump the speed to 100 and the power down to 35. The piece size needs to be exactly the same dimensions as our object. So I'll make the horizontal 6 inches and the vertical 8 inches. Let's select OK. And we will hit send. All right, let's go take a look at the printer. Okay, now that we've finished all of our computer work, we'll head over to the actual cutter. First, make sure that the cutter actually has the power cord. Because this laser cutter uses a lot of power, we always make sure that the cord is with Tom whenever it's not in use. As you can see, there is no cord in the actual cutter, so we've got to go grab it. Plug it in. Now that we know that it's on, we should look over some of the directions. Over here we have the laser engraver safety use. This just kind of makes sure that you know what you're allowed to cut and what not. Things like wood are fine, but things like PVC is not fine, so you can't use that. Over here we just have some extra directions to make sure that if you get stuck or if you're not sure, you can consult these directions to make sure you know what you want to do. And then over here is our speed and power recommendations log. Now you can use this to make sure you know what specific speed and power settings you want to use. We are using wood today, so I'll come over here to the very first column, wood cherry, and we're using 600 DPI, dots per inch, and speed is supposed to be 100, power 100 as well. Now I made my power down to 35, and that's perfectly fine. All right. So I have sent the job over to the printer, and I can verify that I have the correct job by the name. I saved the file as Kingdom Hearts, and I see here that job 3, Kingdom Hearts, is what I want. So I will insert my object to the far left corner and line it up just right. Now I'll take the plunger and level it. So to do this, I will press XY off, go, and what that does is it disables the leveling system. So now I can manually do it. I will stick the plunger towards the middle, and I will level it by using the up and down arrows on the laser cutter. Now, the way to know if your object is level or not is to make sure that when the plunger moves, it only moves just a hair, just a little bit. So now that we're good, I will go ahead and take the plunger off, stick it back down here, press reset. I'm going to close the lid gently. I'm going to turn on the safety equipment. This air compressor compresses the air, and this exhaust fan takes all the fumes from the laser cutter and puts it out. Now that I know I'm exactly correct, I'm going to go ahead and press go. After you're done, make sure you turn your laser off and give the cord back to Tom. And that's it. That's how you cut with a laser. Feel free to come on by and make whatever you want.